Okay, are you ready?
I hope so.
All right. In the world of speed and adrenaline, Formula One and WRC have their grips on the mainstream media. From Netflix documentaries to reels going viral with moments from Formula One or Rally. But aren't we forgetting something? A third major player?
For most people, the word drifting automatically associates to reckless driving, criminal activities, and kids risking lives for some views.
But that is a thing of the past. Today, drifting is one of the fastest growing activities worldwide. And in my honest opinion, F1, we have a serious competitor coming.
Just like UFC became a worldwide watch spectacle, drifting is getting bigger and better each year. It's an in-your-face, action-packed activity which has developed into a high-quality, fun online and live event. Here, it doesn't matter who finishes the race first or is the fastest. It's more extreme here. You as a driver go wheel to wheel and door to door in battles against 31 other drivers in a top 32 tournament. It's like martial arts, but with cars. In drifting, there are many events happening worldwide. However, there are three kings of drifting events: D1GP in Japan, Formula Drift in USA, and my personal favorite, and today's topic, Drift Masters in Europe. You see, way back in 2005, I was 15 and knew nothing about this because the drifting world was mostly an oriental spectacle. The D1GP, Japan's option DVDs, was the whisper on everyone's lips that has heard rumors of drifting. But then the Japanese series decided to go on a world tour, leaving their mark in the United States and, crucially, at the legendary Silverstone circuit in the UK. Now picture this. 15,000 people gathered, the air filled with the smell of burnt rubber, and the deafening roar of up to 800 horsepower beasts ripping the track apart, leaving their tire all across the legendary F1 circuit. Among those awestruck spectators was a man named Niall Gunn. Inspired, captivated, and let's be honest, probably a little mad, Niall decided to replicate the spectacle in his own backyard. Under his guidance, the JDM All-Stars grew, eventually morphing into the Drift All-Stars, extending its reach across Europe. I was a part of that circus. We traveled to all the most insane countries where no one would ever think we could ever get to drift in. From Formula One tracks to the mighty streets of Romania and Lithuania's metropolis areas, these events became melting pots of cultures, drivers, and cars, all unified by this addictive adrenaline rush. But the European drift scene was set for an even bigger transformation. Enter Piotr Wiecek, a gifted drifter with a mind for business and a need for finding himself. Now, Wiecek didn't just want to compete, oh no, he wanted to create his own series that would make the Fast and Furious look like a Sunday drive. Driven by his vision, he assembled the finest minds in European drifting to control Drift Masters, a series so audacious, so outrageous, and so spectacular, it took Europe by storm.
Unbelievable place to be right now.
Oh, just the talent here is amazing. That's all you know.
It's all challenge, big challenge.
Drift Masters is an amazing championship. I've been involved with it since the very start, when it was just a Polish championship, and to see it come to the strength that it is right now and growing every single year, it's a pleasure to be involved.
It was bigger, louder, and crazier than anything we'd seen before, catapulting his series to directly compete with Drift All-Stars. But then COVID came, and thanks to big sponsors backing it, it was the only series to survive COVID-19 and become the only series left in control of Europe. The Drift Masters has earned it. I am a part of this circus now, and I can confirm that every year, the men and women behind the organization have worked passionately to keep improving the show. The changes for the 2023 season in Drift Masters promise to shake up the competition and make for some exciting races. Last season was an absolute barnstormer with some truly incredible performances from the drivers. The fans are locked in, and we can't wait to see the level of mayhem elevated this year by those heroes. You may not hear it, smell it, or feel it yet, but the 2023 drift season is opening in just a few moments. The first Drift Masters round is about to begin here at the Mondello Park in Ireland. This wall is probably going to see some shit, and I can't wait for that. But before all the action, let's talk to some drivers and see how they feel about this season.
James. Oh, tall guy.
Tell him to the cam.
Yeah, James is always a contender, no matter what. You know, he is, in my opinion, the best driver in the world, and I've always had that opinion.
James, he puts it all to the door as close as he possibly can. Unbelievable.
He's done it all, he's won everywhere, and obviously this year I wish him lots of luck going back to America. Yeah, I'm excited to see him drive, I'm excited to see him have fun, and I think with him driving an FD now, the pressure is off a little bit here, so he's just here for some fun, which is a day of Daane Deane. So, as always, he's going to be a contender, and no matter where he is, he's always the one to beat.
As the cameras focus on James Deane, the Irish prodigy who has left the drifting world in awe, we are reminded of his remarkable journey. Born in Cork, Ireland on October 14, 1991, James's destiny was set to carve through the smoke-filled streets. At just 15, he became the youngest champion in Irish history, leaving his rivals in the dust. Victories not only in the national championship, but also an impressive record in Drift All-Stars, securing multiple triumphs, leading him to become the champion of Europe at age 16. But his hunger for victory knew no bounds. Across the vast expanse of the United States, he battled seasoned veterans in the Formula Drift Championship, leaving them quivering in their racing boots. His skill and artistry extended back to Europe, with numerous wins in Drift Masters, further solidifying his dominance as a global drifting sensation. But the last 2 seasons were different. He seemed to lose some confidence. But out of the blue, an opportunity emerged. Joining RTR alongside Vaughn, Chelsea, and YouTube sensation Adam LZ, James embarks on a new direction, ready to seize new experiences.
Yeah, so huge news for us this year is going back to Formula Drift, driving on a brand new team in the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. For me personally, I've missed America. I've had an American dream since I was just a kid, so we had a break since the Worthouse days, and the opportunity came up to drive with RTR, and I had to take it. You know, it's something that it's been a conversation for a few years, and as soon as it was kind of coming to life, we grabbed it with both hands, and now it's great to be able to go back there, have a whole new experience with a new team, a new car. Everything is new, so it's a great challenge, and yeah, it's the best of all worlds.
Will you miss Drift Masters?
We're still involved with Drift Masters, so it's hard to say I'll miss it. We're here at the first round. I'll be there hopefully at Finland. And yeah, hopefully next year, no dates clash between FD and Drift Masters, and we can do more events.
How did you gel with the RTR at first round of Formula D?
Yeah, so gelling with the RTR car, the Ford Mustang at round 1 in Long Beach was an experience because the car was finished on that Monday. So it was a huge learning period, getting to know everyone on the team, getting to know the partners, getting back into the groove of Formula Drift and the USA, and seeing all the fans again. There was just so much going on mentally, but I think we handled it really well. We managed to qualify second and finished 6th place, so that was a huge result for us in a brand new car.
Do you think the RTR is a championship winning car?
Yeah, I definitely believe that the RTR Ford Mustang is a championship winning car. Maybe not in the first year, but we're going to give it a shot. You know, every event we go to is a new learning curve, and we'll give it our best.
I think you're going to keep winning the first year.
Of course you do.
The best, man.
Between the drivers from USA and Europe, what's the difference? Who's better?
To be honest, it's hard to say because you have different cars over there, you have different tires over there, so different tracks. Everything is different. But it's extremely hard on both sides, no matter how comfortable you are. Even in my own car here in Drift Masters, every event is a huge challenge. I feel like the best situation you could have in drifting is having the best drivers from Europe versus the best drivers from the USA combined, and I think that would be the best drift championship in the world.
That would be bloody brilliant. Just imagine it. The ultimate clash of automotive titans from Europe, America, and throw in the Japanese for good measure. We'd have ourselves a petrol-fueled extravaganza of tire-smoking mayhem. It would be utterly ridiculous. The battlegrounds of drifting would ignite with ferocity as the finest drivers from across the globe battle it out for supremacy. The sheer spectacle of it all, the raw power, the precision, and the unmistakable aroma of burnt rubber. It would be a feast for the senses. I can already feel my heart racing just thinking about it. James Deane, you've struck a chord with every petrolhead out there, and I can't help but join your rallying cry for the biggest, baddest, most mind-blowing competition in the world. Back to Drift Masters, the new driver additions to the competition bring a fresh injection of talent and potential upsets to the table. 16-year-old Timur Lipki from Ukraine, Ali Maksid from Kuwait, and most intriguing to me is Finnish driver Kalle Rovanperä has already proven himself to be a superstar in the world of rallying, being the youngest to ever secure the top spot at WRC, so I'm excited to see how he fares in the drifting world.
Kalle. Oh, Kalle is
I don't know.
Calculated, very successful guy.
Kalle is an amazing driver. I managed to jump in with him last year at a test in Finland in the WRC car, and I must say it was the scariest ever adventure I've ever had. In a car from the passenger side of my life is an amazing talent. I love that he loves rally, but also has so much passion for drifting. I think it's really cool.
It's a question mark. It's still a question mark for me. But Griff, definitely amazing driver. But drifting, still a question mark.
A rallying sensation hailing from the land of 1,000 lakes. This young Finnish prodigy burst onto the scene with a fiery determination that could melt the Arctic ice. Born into a motorsport dynasty, with his father's rallying pedigree coursing through his veins, Kalle quickly carved his path to greatness. But what sets him apart, you might ask? Well, hold on to your driving gloves, because at just the tender age of 20, Kalle Rovanperä became the youngest World Rally Champion ever. It's a mind-boggling achievement, my friends. His skills behind the wheel are simply jaw-dropping, navigating treacherous terrains with hairpin precision and pushing the limits of human capability. Now, when you think about it, rallying is a whole different breed of crazy. It's not like your typical race on a smooth tarmac. Oh, no, no, no. Rallying takes you through forests, mountains, and even the occasional leap of faith. It's a battle against nature itself, where one small misstep can send you tumbling down a ravine. But for Kalle Rovanperä, this kind of madness is just another day at the office. But can he do it? Can he come to Drift Masters and on his first season with just 5 rounds before him? Can he take the title? Is he better than Peter? Is he the greatest to come? Comment your thoughts in the comment section. So, Kalle Rovanperä will be joining us for the 5 rounds of the year. What do you think about him? Do you think he has the skill and competition inside of him to be a contender?
Yeah, for sure. He's one of the most competitive drivers in the world. You know, Kalle, I know, personally, I've spoken to him quite a lot since he's drove here the first time, and I actually stayed in Finland when he was driving in WRC with him and stuff. So it was quite good to build a friendship with Kalle and just learn so much from such a successful person. You know, outside of driving, he has done an incredible job to be in the position what he's in at, you know, such a young age, and already a WRC champion at like 21 years of age. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. And so I think that answers itself, and I know with some time in the drift car, he's going to be right up there. He's going to be fighting with us all. He's going to be a contender for every event he competes in, and he also loves drifting. You know, he loves this sport, and that's incredible to see. You know, a person from one of the most successful motorsports in the world has came to play here, and I think that's quite rewarding for us as drivers, that he comes here and he knows that it's a challenge to win. So I feel like, if anything, that's a good step in our direction, that a driver from that caliber has came to drive here. I'm excited to see him drive. I know he will be competitive, and hopefully we get some good battles during the year.
It's still a question mark for me.
Let's not overlook the incredible talents of the Shanahan Brothers, the Irish duo who have been running the European drifting scene for almost a decade. These two siblings, hailing from the heart of Cork, Ireland, have etched their names in the walls of drifting history. Jack, the elder of the two, has been sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard like a king on his throne for almost a decade now. He has relentlessly claimed the titles of both British and Irish drift champion, leaving his rivals in a haze of tire smoke year after year. His car control is nothing short of wizardry, his precision behind the wheel, a masterclass in controlled chaos. But here comes the twist, my friends. Connor, the younger sibling, burst onto the scene like a supernova in 2019. At the tender age of 15, on his debut in the Drift Masters Championship in Poland, he rocked the establishment to its very core. With a jaw-dropping display of skill and fearlessness, he left the reigning champion quaking in his driving boots and emerged victorious, setting the stage ablaze at the beginning of the season. These two lads, the Shanahans, are a force to be reckoned with.
Connor. There is not a single word that just comes to my mind. There are many of them.
Connor, a neighbour, great driver, and I've been watching him since he was a kid grow up.
Definitely very competitive driver.
Talented and useless.
Connor, last season you had seemed pretty upset at the finals. What happened?
Yeah, so obviously we had an incredible season last year, but when it all counted, something what probably cost like 50 cent ruined that whole weekend. A part what we couldn't find was basically a safety lock and a power steering bolt, which we weren't aware was in the car, so the team didn't know how to fix it. But that's the joys of motorsport. You have many ups and downs, but I think, you know, at the time it was quite gutting. It was such a positive year, and I was fighting super hard for my first ever European Championship, and I feel like the emotions for sure poured out. You know, competing at this level now is quite draining, running this team, and it takes a lot of hard work, not from me, but from everybody around me. So I feel like, yeah, I felt a little bit down at the time, but now we pick up the pieces, and if anything, it makes me a lot more hungry. I feel like now I matured a little bit more as a driver last year. I looked at situations differently than I would have any other year, so I feel like this is the year where I'm ready to put the whole puzzle together and hopefully take home my first ever European Championship.
First battle is on the line, and it's your top qualifier, Jack Shanahan from Ireland.
Jack is a great friend, again, next door neighbour, lived just down the road from me. I've seen him start competing when he was just 12 years old and helped him at the very start, and to be able to see him come from the bottom to where he is now has been huge honour and pleasure.
Very fun and competitive driver.
Stone lad, like crazy.
Last season you finished second overall. What happened, and what are you trying to do different this year?
Yeah, so obviously finishing second last year was like a bit of a heartbreak more than anything, because you're like the first loser, which means that you don't win anything. Obviously this year we want to try come and win. Last year was unlucky, it just kind of went wrong for us near the end, but this year we got the car refreshed, and yeah, all we can do is just push hard and see what happens.
Can having a freshly rebuilt car cause you any issues?
No, I think last year we had a couple of issues, so that's why we decided to rebuild the car, because now that we got the car restripped, we were able to put all the new parts back on. So we've got like fresh voice fab shafts, we've got a fresh gearbox, the engine has been rebuilt, everything else is good. So I think any issue we'll have will probably be coming from the driving side of things, hopefully not from the car.
Last few years, Jack has been pretty down. I'm really happy to see Jack feeling much more confident since he came second last season overall. It's good to see Jack has found his way back up to the top. I used to work with the Shanahans before COVID. We created 16 amazing vlogs for them during the 2018-19 season. If you haven't seen it, I will have the link below. Back then, Con was just a kid. Now that we had 3 seasons, I can tell that this year the Shanahans look very prepared, which is honestly hard to believe. You guys look great. The team is looking phenomenal. Are there any new sponsors? What's going on?
Yeah, obviously for me, it's being basically the owner of the team. It's been quite an unbelievable journey. Every year we finish, there's always kind of options of like, it's been difficult. And for us, we struggle quite financially. There's no point, saying different. It's been a really, really tough journey to get to this point, and I feel like right now it's the team is better than ever. We put a lot of development work into the team, working with our friends and close mechanics and stuff to make sure that everything is ready to go for this year. We know that this is the one, and we can't thank our incredible partners, what we've had for the past couple of years, and also our new official partner of the team, Helix Motorsport, and Piper Drop is a partner for Jack, and the list goes on. Strong Wheels. There's new partners coming in this year which have, one, changed the look of the team, and two, has helped us and supported us to make sure that we're ready to, hopefully one of us, take home a Drift Masters Championship this year.
The Shanahan.
The best team in the grid.
Just let a man breathe and just hush so my mind could just see, so my mind don't erupt. At times I feel I can't get enough, but I sip a double cup and I spin a couple bucks. Sending out some love to my blood, to my girl, to my buds, to the holy up above. And no more time for thinking up to these fakes who ain't around when the time's getting rough.
Tell me about Peter. He seems like the man to beat. He is a consecutive back-to-back Drift Masters champion. What makes him do so well, you think?
Yeah, Peter as a driver is obviously incredible. He's one of the most talented drifters in the world, and he's proven that many a times. No matter where he drives, he's always super competitive, and he's also a super hard contender to fight against when it comes to a championship. He's one, an incredible driver, two, an incredible team. He has a spare car at every event what he can jump into if something happens. So when it comes to car error, you're not going to beat him. The only way you can beat him is literally down to driving. His team is on point all the time. He has a car what's under him, what's capable of winning every event. So I think the only way you can beat him is literally driver to driver. You just got to become better. I think last year we came close. It was quite exciting between me, Jack and Peter towards the end, and I feel for sure we can beat him. I felt that last year also. I don't really think that that's not an option right now. I think that's the option going into this year, is that we look at last year, analyse what happened, and we've developed the team as best we can, and I'm ready to fight hard. And he's rocked up here first round with the S15, what he's comfortable with, so we know he's going to be quite difficult to beat. But yeah, it's go time. The fight is on for sure.
My God, the past years were definitely the dream come true for me. And it's already a past, to be honest, in my case. I'm looking ahead to the future and putting, again, some next challenges to myself, and hopefully it will help me to achieve another dreams, come true. And that's simply the goal, to make your dreams come true, and hopefully we'll achieve that.
Who do you think will cause you most trouble during this competition?
You never know. You never know. There are so many drifters right now that they are on a very high level. I think everybody are currently really on similar level, and I will be able to tell you something after this first round probably. But for now, we just need to stay focused and focus on our own.
Have you done any new changes to the car?
To be honest, I spent majority of time just developing a new car, so this was the last minute decision that we won't go with the new one. We'll stick to the old good friend, and simply all our knowledge is now put it into the new car. So this one is exactly as it left the final round last year.
Yeah, so obviously from last season, I think Peter is going to be the person with the biggest target on his back. And he was obviously too scared to bring the Super this weekend, and he went back to what he had last year, so I don't know, maybe he's scared already, but we're coming for him, and it's as simple as that.
Which round are you looking forward to the most this year?
My God, the final. The final will be amazing. I'm already overwhelmed just thinking about it. Once it will start to grow, it will be closer and closer. Hopefully it will be really tight in the championship. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be definitely exciting.
Are you excited to drive with Naoki Nakamura?
I cannot wait for that, to be honest. I probably will gain some more marks on my side, there's space for him. Maybe I'll put some of mine on his. We'll see, that will be excellent. I'm already excited and can't wait for this to happen.
Naoki Nakamura, Japanese beast. First time ever driving with him will be this weekend, so hopefully we have a battle on the track. Love his different style, is really aggressive, brings something new to the sport, and exciting to see what he does here in Europe.
He's always been delivering, definitely excitement, and in case of his skills, it's through the roof, so I'm simply don't want to throw my words too much, but my expectations are high.
今年はバイノワークスとしてヨーロッパフル参戦することになったんで、一番戦いたいのはピートルとやりたい。
Naoki Nakamura, the Japanese drifting legend who's about to shake things up in the Drift Masters Championship. Friends, I have seen him in action in Japan, and this man is a force to be reckoned with. Nakamura has carved his name in drifting folklore, captivating fans across the globe with his jaw-dropping skills and unmatched style. Hailing from the land of the rising sun, he has become a living legend in the drifting community. The precision with which he slides his car through corners, the smoke billowing from his tires, and the fearless determination in his eyes, it's a sight to behold. Known for his aggressive driving style and mind-bending angles, Nakamura has become an icon in the drifting world. He's perfected the art of controlling his machine, dancing on the edge of traction, pushing the limits of what's possible. His sheer car control is awe-inspiring, leaving spectators and fellow competitors in a state of disbelief. And now, my friends, the excitement is palpable as Naoki Nakamura gears up to compete in the Drift Masters Championship all season long. The world is on the edge of its seat, eagerly anticipating the showdown between this Japanese legend and the best drifters from around the globe. It's a clash of titans, a battle that promises to redefine the limits of skill and precision. The mere thought of Nakamura unleashing his fury on the drifting circuit has fans salivating with anticipation. The adrenaline-fueled battles, the tire-scorching drifts, and the electrifying atmosphere, it's a spectacle that will leave us all begging for more. So prepare yourselves, my friends, for the arrival of Naoki, Kalle, many other skilled drivers from all over the globe. Their legacy precedes them, their talent unmatched. The Drift Masters Championship will never be the same again as they set their sights on conquering Europe. The season has begun, the drivers are seated and strapped in, ready to fight. They will be sliding their way across Europe. Each corner, each maneuver, each transition gets them a step closer to becoming the Drift Master of Europe. So hold on tight and let's slide into the most exhilarating drift season you'll ever witness. Who are you looking to driving the most with?
Everybody. I'm just excited to drive, to be honest. I'm simply excited to begin the season, get behind the steering wheel of my lovely S15, and starts battles, starts drifting, starts creating smoke, and just enjoy drifting, enjoying life.